Hi everybody, my name is David. I'm a Play Frontier from the Genesis Group. I just want to give you guys a quick market update. So about BTC, I made this last video. Check this out. And here, however, if you look, the channel doesn't go up this way. The channel is actually on the top is going like this. Okay, because it's not breaking highs. It's actually on the top, the channel's kind of going down. So you might have something like that, okay? And then you have a wedge. I hate to say it, but if you have a channel that's going down and then you have this wedge, it's kind of like a big bear flag, and eventually, yeah, you can have a little wick up and, it can break down. All right, so that's what I said. And if you look at BTC, no, come on. That's what it's still showing. Okay, that's what it's still showing. So if you look here, now you have this move here, and you have this move there. And so you see, that's what we see. All right, and it didn't even get to move up a little break or nothing. It's just, it didn't even do that. It just broke down. Okay, so if we see this, yeah, you can have Bitcoin move up, maybe break up eventually, but it looks like it's probably going to go down. Okay, I hope I'm wrong, but I'd rather tell you guys the bad news than the good news, and that's kind of what I see. So and that's how Bitcoin behaved. All right, so I did, you know, I kind of expected Bitcoin to move up a little bit higher, but it didn't move up higher. I mean, Bitcoin only went up to 42,000. I thought maybe it'll move up more like that, go to like 44,000, but it already broke down. However, you have support, okay, on the bottom, so it's staying at the support. Now, here's another thing that I want to show you on the big long trend. So, if you look at Bitcoin, the bottom is the 300-day moving average on a 2-day chart. This is by Steve from Crypto Crew University. And the yellow line is the 110-day moving average. All right, and they're starting to get close. Now, why am I showing you this? The reason why I'm showing you this, because if you look at it from the past, this is back in 2015. You had your top here, then it broke the red line. The 110-day average is yeah, it was resistance here. Then Bitcoin broke down the 300-day moving average, the yellow line, and then you see where the red line and yellow line crossed. That was your market bottom. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, pretty close, but it's your market bottom. Yeah, okay, and this was from a top, right? And so that was back in 2015. Okay, well, this is a cross up here, but let's not worry about the cross up. Okay, now here, hold on one second. Okay, yeah, so that's 2015. Let's look at 2000. 18. The red line, after you had a top, resistance, resistance, resistance. Then the yellow line was a little bit of a resistance. Anyway, boom, you dropped. Okay, when the 110-day crossed down the 300-day moving average, you had your market bottom. Okay, and you had another move down here that was very close. Now, why is that important? Here, I mean, this was a big gap, so we're not looking at that, but let's look at here, which is where we're at now. Okay, and this line right here, the 300-day moving average, because it is closing in, you know, that's around 37,000, and we are, you know, around 39,000, I think. Okay, so we could still have more bounces in between. All right, and you know, that's about like 47,000 on top. Well, you can see that the red line, the 110-day moving average on the 2-day chart, is resistance. And support is the yellow line, which is a 300-day moving average on the 2-day chart. But eventually, you know, these lines are going to come closer and closer together. And then as they come closer and closer together, historically, as they come closer and closer together, you all of a sudden see a big drop, a dump. Okay? And then that's what forces the move down. So before you just see a sudden dump, right? That was in 2015. Again, as the lines started moving closer together, you saw a sudden big dump. And then that's what dragged the red line to cross. And so what I'm saying is you should be prepared, you know, where, yeah, you might see a big dump. Okay? And that's what's going to drag. But, you know, just we don't know when that is. And that's why I'm saying, if you look, you know, this doesn't necessarily have to play out, but you see this move here, you see this here, whatever, you're going to see a drag. You know, you might have a little wick up, drag, and breakdown. And then that breakdown and testing going back up would be like, discard that. That'll be like, imagine on this, you have a move up, maybe a little wick up, break it, go down, go down. Okay, you move up, go down. And then as the yellow line, let's make this the yellow line go this way. Imagine, we'll make this white. Imagine we break down underneath and we might test it. And when we break down underneath, that's what's going to drag this line here like that. Get closer. And then we might just have a big boom dump. And what that's going to do is you have this line going like that, and that dump is going to drag the line down. And you're going to have that cross. And when you have that cross, you'll have that market bottom. Is this going to 100% play out? No. But do I think that's how it's going to go? Yeah. You know, I'd rather tell you the worst case scenario than hype you up on the best case scenario. You know, it's kind of like inflation and everything else on all the videos about the shortages, the food prices, the gas prices. I'd rather tell you the bad and help you prepare for the worst than for the best. Okay. So that's kind of what I kind of just see for Bitcoin. All right. Now, remember, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just telling you what I think and what I'm planning for based on, what I see. All right. So now that I got that out the way with Bitcoin, let's look at KOK-COIN. Okay. Now, if you look at KOK-COIN, we're at $4.78. Where have we seen this? Boom. Look over here and notice it's touching that wick. So there's so much support all around here. It can go down to $4.66. It could go down to $4.58. Okay. There's a lot of support, even all the way down to $4.30. 37.41 all the way down to $4.28. Okay, there's a lot of support, but right now we're at $4.78. All right, look at this price right here, $4.63, $4.40. 57 cents. Why did I just mention that? Because you have a wick, and where's that wick price? $4.50, $4.49 or something like that, around there. $4.48. Well, what was $4.48 here? Okay, so it's around this area here. All right, so you can see that there's support. All right, so this area, there's lots of support. Now, what do I see? Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys, once again, if KOK-COIN does not break $7, probably within 2 weeks, that's it. We're just consolidating. And I'm gonna tell you guys honestly, the two best, or the situation where we're at now. Okay, I'm just telling you honestly what we're looking at. So here, let's look at this area right here. And what I see is kind of this. Okay, so here, if you look to the right on this side, you have about $2.84. Let's go all the way from here. So let's look at $2.89 down to $2.85, down to $2.81. Okay, lots of support, lots of price range all in this area. What we had to break up to $3.30, and it broke all of that and touched down to what? $2.72. Okay, which is, if you look to the right, you have a lot of price range support around here, around $2.72, but it went all the way down to, what are we looking at? $2.79, which is, a wick, around the wick price here, and support, around here. Okay. And so what is that scenario we're looking at? We're looking at that here, where you went up to $7, and you see a lot of support here. It is, it broke down this price range, but you see support here. And that's really just what I see here. Okay, where you were here, it broke down that support range and is finding support around here. Okay, so, and what happened eventually? Well, you had support here, big break, and then it started moving up, move down, consolidate, and boom, new highs. So what can we see? Well, right now, we could see that KOK-COIN can break down, maybe even all the way down here, the $4.31, $4.28. It can still reach those prices, which we see here on that wick, $4.30 wick. But then if it plays through in that, it's going to start moving up, maybe break down, wiggle up, down, and then eventually it's going to start moving back up. and it'll break the 7. Now, would that happen in 2 weeks? No, I mean, I'm not promising nothing like that. However, if it doesn't break $7 in 2 weeks, what I do see is, you have this consolidation period. Those are a lot of days right here. Those are a lot of days. Okay, we don't know when this move up's gonna be, but I mean, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You're looking at like a month period. We don't know how long that's going to take, but it could be a month from now, longer. Now, that's a good case situation. That's a good case situation, okay? So imagine all goes well, because as KOK-COIN matures, these moves will take longer, like this, to where you have a new high. So imagine, if KOK-COIN doesn't pull like a huge move up within 2 weeks, then imagine a month and a half, 2 months from now, it's going to break $7. Now, I want to tell you the worst case situation, okay? So that's just normal. In the best case situation, we break $7 in 2 weeks. If we don't, it's going to take another 2 months, okay? Month and a half to 2 months, okay? Around 2 months probably. Now, in the worst case situation for KOK-COIN, in the worst case, what we're seeing is a double top. That's the worst case. You got a double top. And if it's a double top, and if it reacts like Bitcoin's double top, let's look at Bitcoin's double top. Bitcoin just had a double top right there, and then another one right there, and it broke down. And it's gonna go down. Okay, my opinion is going down. And so if KOK-COIN makes a move where it down, like it goes down like that, you might see KOK-COIN, if it really goes down, you could see KOK-COIN go down at like 336, or find some serious support at $2.89. Around that point, around $2.89 to whatever that, yeah, $3.50. Because this is the first time, if you look at the chart, you never seen KOK-COIN had a double top like that. All right, so this is new territory. However, because KOK-COIN is just making so many advancements, okay, it's making so many advancements. You have K Stadium, they're moving to Busan. They're always upgrading the platform. And so personally, I think that we're gonna see a situation. I'm hoping that, yeah, maybe if it doesn't break up $7 in 2 weeks, a month and a half to 2 months, maybe 2.5 months, like you'll still see KOK-COIN move up and break $7. And at that time, you're gonna see Bitcoin just looking really suspect, and it might, Bitcoin might even have this situation like right here, where, yeah, it's getting really close, or it's gonna break down here around that time. Well, you never know, or it's getting close, and people are gonna be, yeah, a little worried. But we'll see how that goes. We'll see. But KOK-COIN technically, it still looks good. I mean, let's be real. Let's be honest here. Hold on. Let's be honest with KOK-COIN. Okay, this is still a good chart. Okay, you're finding really good support. You're finding really good support. And is not we've seen something similar, like right here. Okay, we have seen something similar right here, and we saw that KOK-COIN recovered and moved up. Okay, we've seen even from the $6.70 move, we've seen that KOK-COIN broke here and all the way went down and touched here. Okay. And so, which is touching this wick here for $5. And you've seen the wick down to $5. Okay. So you've seen serious support right here. And, I personally, once again, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do. To me, KOK-COIN is going to recover. Okay. It's going to move up. It's just the development and everything with KOK-COIN. Yeah. You know, maybe KOK-COIN has its own special plunge protection team. I don't know, but yeah, that's just what I see so far in the chart. That yeah, KOK-COIN can and will recover. So KOK-COIN's still looking good. It's still looking good. That's what I see in the chart. And Bitcoin, in the short term, whatever, it could still have some upswings, 44,000, maybe up to 46, 47,000. I can still see it there, but eventually, yeah, it can go down. I'd rather be honest than hype something up. And that goes for KOK-COIN. I showed y'all the worst case situation on a double top. But just more realistically on what's going on with KOK-COIN, no, I still think that it's going to recover and we're still going to move up. Rather it takes a couple weeks or it takes a little more than a couple months, or a month and couple months and a half, 3 months push. All right. So that's what I see. Please, everyone, please take good care of yourself. Okay. Remember, inflation is going to get worse. You just saw America just printed a 7.9. And they're saying, that's the highest in 40 years. But let's be realistic. If they measured inflation the way they did in the United States and back in 1982, America's at an all-time historical high inflation. Okay, they changed the way they measure CPI in compared to 1982. Okay, so this, I'm just being honest here. You see gas prices going up. If you live in Korea where I live, you see gas prices go up every day right now. It's going up by the day. So, yeah. And of course, pray for the Ukrainians, the people. Pray for the people. And also pray for Russian citizens, people in Russia. All right. They're getting hit with inflation. Ukrainians and Russians are getting hit with supply shortages, inflation worse than what we're going through. I mean, it's hectic. And remember, citizens don't cause war. Politicians do. Let that sit in. Citizens don't cause war. Politicians do. Okay? And, it's not like United States and NATO was all innocent and President Putin just invading into Ukraine. Okay? Because they really, he set his red line and they kept crossing it. All right? And so, it's not like Putin, the Russian president Putin is 100% guilty. Like he just one day just decided to go into Ukraine. You really should look this up. And if you really look into it, you'll see that, the US and NATO, they're guilty. If anything, they're just as guilty, if not more. And all they did is they just sacrificed the Ukrainian people in their whole geopolitical war game. All right, so I'm just saying, I'm just being honest. I'm just saying it the way I see it. Okay, so also, if you live in the States and you're like, oh, it's all, you know, everything's Biden's fault that Putin invaded, and, this wouldn't have happened if Trump was in office. And, I tell you what, probably that's true that if the former president was in office, that yeah, you wouldn't have this whole situation going on right now. You really wouldn't. That's just how I'm just saying it the way I see it. However, you can't blame everything just on the current president because NATO is not based on what America does. Right? Is a league of a bunch of countries. So, you know, Macron in France, last person to meet Putin, if I recall correctly. You look at Germany, all these other countries have guilt. It's not just like you can't blame it solely on Biden. You get what I'm saying? No, Biden, yeah, but you also have these other countries and they gotta, take credit for what's going on, especially the bad stuff, because it's just as much as their fault, maybe if not more. All right, they should have known better. They should have known better. Um, and obviously Putin has his faults in it. And you might have people just saying, well, the inflation that's going on in America and all these countries is solely 100 Putin's fault. No, it's not. It's not solely 100% Putin, because if you look at gas prices, if you look at CPI prices, it was all on an uptrend. So, you know, if you try to do what like Biden and the mainstream media, legacy media, all saying is 100% of inflation solely on Putin, no, because we had inflation problems before this whole situation, and if you look at the trend was that inflation was going to continue to go up. So, if you have America where it printed a 7.9 CPI, even without the whole Ukrainian crisis right now, you would have probably still had a 7.5. I mean, if it was 7.5 last month, this would have been like a 7.6, 7.7% print, but we got a 7.9% print. You understand what I'm saying? If gas prices, you know, let's say in the States was like whatever, $3.70 or $4, and depending on where you live, it went up to $5. But if you look at it before, if let's say just to make the math easy, went from $4 to $5, well, chances are that even if Russia never invaded Ukraine, you still would have had like a $4, who knows, like $4.20, 25, $4.30 gas, or maybe even $4.40 gas. And that additional 50 to 60, 70% up came from the invasion. You get what I'm saying? So the trend was already going up. Just think of it that way. And the additional push up is from the crisis. But even the crisis itself, everybody's guilty. It's not just Putin. You get what I'm saying? They pushed them into it. And so everyone involved in that whole ordeal, they're guilty of all of this. You get what I'm saying? And it's not just Biden. You had Macron, you had, Germany, you have all these other countries, and all they did is they sacrificed the Ukrainian people. And one of these days, you're going to have a period in time when the Ukrainian people, because they're not dumb people, they're very smart, intelligent people, they're going to look at this whole geopolitical situation and they're going to be like, holy we just got sacrificed like just a chess piece. And they just played us like a fool. And that's how it came out. I still believe by the end of May, Russians, military will pull out and they'll have some kind of agreement. But that's what it is. And it is really crazy. It's really disgusting how what's all going on and how they're trying to put the blame game and not fessing up to what they've done. Because everybody is guilty. All these politicians, once again, not citizens, politicians. Politicians start wars. They started this war. All right, so it's unfortunate. So yes, let's pray for the Ukrainians. Let's pray for the Russian people, citizens, and let's pray that those politicians, all these politicians involved, let's pray that God changes their hearts and stop playing these stupid games, and they do what's right for the citizens, not for their own best interest for whatever their handlers or so. We'll leave it as that. So everyone, please stay safe out there. God bless y'all. Look, if you're feeling depressed, you're feeling sad, leave a message. If I see the message, like it shows up, it pops up, and I see it on my phone, whatever, I will reply. I'm praying for y'all. Never feel sad or depressed. Someone loves you. I love you. If nobody, don't ever think there's no person that doesn't love you. I don't know you, but I love you. Okay, I'm praying for you. Now's the best time to get right with God. Now's the best time to get right with God. Remember that. All right. And yeah, stay healthy, stay in good shape, okay? Prepare, your prices are going to go up. There are some things you might want to stock up on now, and you might not even be able to get later. Also, with what's going on in Ukraine, there's this thing where, in Ukraine they have these bio research labs, and these bio research labs were, rather you want to call them military bio research labs or just civilian bio research labs, but either ways, these labs studied pathogen type of diseases, similar to the whole Wuhan lab. And you have a lot of speculations that even COVID-19, and if you actually read the real emails between Dr. Fauci and some of his, friends or coworkers, whatever you want to call these guys, at the beginning, and I'm not gonna get into this, whole thing because people want to make it very political. But the whole point is, there are you have people who believe that, even COVID-19 could have been man-made, or it probably is man-made, or whatever the case is. And well, you have bio research labs in Ukraine where it's like COVID-19, they're studying pathogen type of diseases. And so rather unintentionally, like I think COVID-19, if anything, was unintentional if it came from a lab. All right, that's just my belief. It was unintentional, and so and same thing with, if something goes wrong in these bio research labs, rather it's unintentional or intentional, depending on which disease it is, that thing's gonna spread, and we could have another COVID crisis where the world would treat it like COVID just is another disease, so it'll be called something else, and like you have SARS, you had MERS, you had Ebola, you had all these diseases, you have COVID. Well, you might have something else that come out, if it gets mishandled in these, with these bio research labs in Ukraine. So that's also, I'm just giving y'all a heads up. You never know. I'd rather tell y'all straight up, I love you guys. That's what I'm telling you. All right, everyone. Stay blessed, all right? God bless y'all. Really, God bless y'all. And KOK-COIN.